Hey guys, I'm back. Going to be doing another reaction this time. We're going to be looking at Andy Mineo. It Could Be Worse. So brought that up. I know that I've heard Andy before. I don't think I've heard this song. So this should be new to me, first time hearing it. Definitely my first time really listening to it. But I think it's the first time I've heard it. So I'm going to be doing a reaction to that. Before we get to that, if you like the video, please like it, comment, subscribe. Tell me other songs you'd like for me to react to. Or just if you want me to get back to giving some updates on the games. I need to work on the games some more. Or if there's a Bible lesson, because that's what I'm a minister, that's what I do. So if there's questions about that, please let me know. I'd be glad to do those. So anyway, Andy Mineo, It Could Be Worse. Let's get to it. Here we go.
Worse, 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 worse. It could be worse, it could be worse.
Yeah, I hit the gym, just opened up again. Reza, he loaded me up with 2 plates. Then I went home, baby, she made me a meal. She loaded me up with 2 plates. Jump on the whip, registered that in G.
Okay, working out, loading up the plates. What do you mention there, Andy? What's your warm up? Then loading up plates, getting home. It's nice getting home, having a meal ready for you. So many people get mad at like traditional roles in a household. My quick side lesson. Some history of the Goldtree family. My wife and I have switched like who was working and who was taking care of the house. While we were in school, I was doing full-time schoolwork and was watching the kid at home. So I was also doing all the house stuff, vacuuming, dishes, all that jazz. And she was working full-time at Walgreens, which sucked, by the way. Now I've got the full-time job as an associate minister, and she works part-time as a secretary, but for the most part, she's doing most of the work around the house. I do the laundry, and I'll do the yard stuff, but she's doing most of the other stuff, and it works for us. Like, the big thing with marriage, marriage tip, y'all, try and outdo one another in love and acts of service, and if you make it your goal to outdo the other in love, and it's not a competition of making sure that you always get what you want, the relationship's going to go really well. So anyway, loading up the plates, working out, eating at home. We're following. Nothing too deep here. Where are we going with it though?
2 plates, then I went home, baby, she made me a meal. She loaded me up with 2 plates. Jump on the whip, registered that in GA. I had to go get me new plates. I just bought a crib, had to move out of New York. I'm really enjoying the space. Jump on the stick, pray that I don't gotta use it, but I got it there just in case. You know what it is. People be talking online, but never say that to my face. Look at my wrist, ain't no.
Come on, we all know that's how it is. See all kinds of stuff online, especially Twitter, Facebook, something. But there's something about being behind the keyboard. You get your keyboard warriors ready to say anything, especially if they don't actually know who you are. They don't live in your area. No, I have to be careful about that because, as a minister, I have to be careful about what I let be even just seen on my social media from the perspective of like if someone in my area sees it and it makes them upset like that, I'm going to hear about that. So I've got to try and be careful with some of those things. But a lot of people, they just don't care. So they're like, you know what? I don't live in your neighborhood, so I'm never going to run into you. I don't got to worry about if I make you mad because I'm never going to see you. That's a pretty selfish way of living. It's also pretty cowardly. So if you're not willing to say something to someone's face, don't say it at all. In fact, if it's negative, maybe you just shouldn't be saying it, period, right? So anyway.
Ain't on it just yet, everything got its time and its place. If they throw a fit, when you tell them no, that's how you know they ain't respect you off rip. Man, it's a trip. But hey, it could be worse. Say it again for them in the back so they know for sure it could be worse. And life is hard, I thank God, it could be worse.
It could be worse. Life is hard. Hey, look, so I mentioned it in, actually it's another video that I haven't even uploaded yet. But I mentioned in there I've got some health stuff going on. I've got psoriasis. If you guys know what psoriasis is, great. Hope you don't have to deal with it too. It's an autoimmune system. It's an autoimmune disease where your body attacks your own skin. And I'm not going to get into all the grisly details of it. I had some medicine that was working. It's not working great anymore. Trying to get on some new stuff. And insurance is crapping on me. So I've been without the meds for a while now, and the psoriasis is acting up. Skin's getting bad. But anyway, it can get painful. It is painful. I'll just say it. It's already at that point. But I look at my life in general, and I'm grateful because I know how blessed I am. That I can sit here in this house with a family that, generally speaking, my family is very healthy, and we're doing okay. We're blessed, and life is good. And even at the times when, like, my skin is cracking and bleeding and I'm itching all through the night and can't sleep, I know it could be worse. And I've been in situations where it has been worse, so I know it's not that bad because I've been there. And it's not to say that we go through life always thinking, man, I can get through this because I've been through worse, or I know it could be worse. Like that shouldn't be our attitude. But every now and then, it doesn't hurt to just be reminded of that. Like, count your blessings, right? Count your blessings and think about the good stuff that you've got. Take a step back and you realize pretty quick it could be worse.
I thank God it could be worse.
Way worse.
Way worse.
Look, it could be worse. Used to be scared of the first. I used to pack up the merch, go do the show. Had to put square on my phone. I used to pray that it work. It ain't always work. I used to play at the church. Daddy didn't come with no perks. A was the verse. Come to me all over thirsty. Got living water for sure. Mine was enough.
I'm gonna have to go back with that. Saying he used to play in the church, but it didn't come with any perks. Is that what he said? I don't wanna mishear that. I want to say something critical if it.
Back at the merch, go do the show. Had to put square on my phone. I used to pray that it work. It ain't always work.
Okay, used to go to the show. Had to put square on my phone and pray that it worked. So he's saying I used to get paid doing these shows, and he had to use Square as that electronic payment you could do with your phone. And so he's saying he wasn't big time at that point, taking payments that way, and he'd pray that it worked, but it didn't always work. So he didn't even get paid the little bit that he was wanting to get paid for doing those shows. Okay, that sucks. But it could be worse, right?
On my phone, I used to pray that it work. It ain't always work. I used to play at the church. Daddy didn't come with no perks. A was the verse. Come to me all over thirsty. Got living water for sure. Mine was a nurse. Had a whole life in the purse. Might get a face on the shirt. Hank on the waiter, right to the table. She asked me what do I want for dessert. I told her.
Okay, I might have misheard it, and maybe this is one of those songs I should have done the lyrics with. I don't know if the subtitles, closed captions would be any help. He used to play at the church, but didn't come with perks. Guys, I'm saying this as someone who's coming from a ministry perspective. Like, I work with the church, right? And I get paid for the work that I do. But there's a lot that we do that are acts of service to others and to the church, and the perks are not always here and now. And it's let me just say, like, our church at Driftwood, it's a shirt that I'm wearing. In the 8 years that I've been there ministering, I think we've done 1, maybe 2 sermons about offering or tithing, the money that you give and you put in the plates. And one of them I preached, and the only reason that we preached it was not to say, hey, we need more money, please give us more money. It was to say, it was a sermon series. It was a series of messages that we were doing, and it was about the different ways that we worship God. So it was like, one sermon was on worshiping God through songs and singing. One sermon was worshiping God through your actions and how you can worship Him through the things that you say and do in the workplace. And so it was worship through your life. And one of them was how we worship God in our giving. And so we talked about giving. The church that I'm serving at is very generous. I'm very grateful for them. We've not had substantial need financially, and God's blessed us that way. Just because the people at the church, they do serve with their time, but they also worship with their giving that they do, and so we're able to do benevolence work in our community, and we're able to send our missions team around the country to go help other places, especially in the Appalachia area. There's a lot of poverty there, so we send a group there pretty often to help do this and that. We send them after some serious floods, and they'll go and they'll do work there. But anyway, our service to the church, it doesn't always come with perks. I don't know if he was saying he used to play in the church, but didn't see any. There wasn't any benefit to him. It's kind of what I'm hearing. I'm hoping that's not really what he was getting at. Could have been. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Maybe I just completely misread it.
Surprise me, ain't much surprise me, man. All of my hills be wildin', man. Look at what happened to Cosby, man. Look at what happened to Ravi, damn. Trying to make sure that it's not me, man. Whole life monotony, man. How I'ma run when temptation come, it got me, man. But hey, it could be worse. It could be worse. Life is hard. It could be worse. Life is hard. I thank God it could be worse. Way worse.
So kind of repetitive.
I thank God it could be worse.
It was a short song. It sounds like this is just going to play out. I'm not expecting
called me
else.
up and told me that he met this beautiful girl, and when I heard him talking about her, I started crying, because that's the way a man should feel about his woman.
Okay. Oh man. Ugh. That's horrible. Okay. It could be worse. So, kind of put my thoughts together on the whole thing here. He had the chorus kind of repetitive. I like the way worse. That was neat. Yeah, looking at life and realizing things can be worse. Was this my favorite song? Definitely not. It's not going to go on a playlist or anything. Was it bad? No, it wasn't bad. But it does kind of make you think. Made me think a little bit. Just grateful for the way that things are and what I've got, especially my family. So, good reminder of that. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again sometime. Later.